Hey everybody, mediacube podcast in a new setting. Happy New Year, everybody, and have a great 2021 ahead. Roman, Ivan here.
Hey.
Hey. So we're going to talk tonight about YouTube has been expanding to side products probably ever since its beginning. I don't know exactly, but there are really a lot of products other than YouTube that have YouTube mark on them. YouTube Music, YouTube Originals, YouTube Premium, YouTube Kids, used to be YouTube Gaming, which is not out there right now, and maybe we'll talk about a little bit like why YouTube Gaming, what went wrong with YouTube Gaming. Maybe not, still don't know. Nonetheless, it has always been interesting for me personally, and I think for many of you guys as well. Why does YouTube need all those side projects? Because being the biggest video hosting service out there may just be enough, but it's not for them. So tonight we're going to discuss all these side products of YouTube in particular and try to understand why do they need them. So the first question, why do you, Roma, personally think YouTube needs all these side projects at all?
Yeah, I think the question here is, the answer to this question is pretty obvious, I guess. They just need to stay updated in this competitive sphere where they are working. So video platforms, YouTube is not the only video platform out there. So they need to be always stay updated with all the new features that are coming out and that are available right now and are becoming popular.
Right, by the way, who are YouTube's main competitors?
Any video platform that is gaining audience in the moment. For example, right now it's TikTok.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, so being up to date is the main reason.
Yep.
Okay, so let's start probably first with YouTube Music. I think it merged like about 2 or 3 years ago, right?
YouTube Music.
YouTube Music.
I guess about 2 years ago.
2 years ago. So what was the reason?
They tried to create a better streaming service. They didn't have it. They just had Google Play where you could download the track. That the model was the same as iTunes, and then Apple Music emerged. So the same was with Google Play, and YouTube Music emerged from in order to give the audience the streaming platform.
Okay, so what is actually YouTube Music? What are its features? And why would a person need it?
YouTube Music is a place where you can not only listen to music that is available in any other music digital store, but you also can see the artist page, for example. You can also see all the video clips, all the music videos available on YouTube. You will also see them in YouTube Music.
All right. What is the financial model of YouTube Music? Is it free?
It's a part of YouTube Premium. So if you pay for Premium, you will get YouTube Music for free additionally. Or you can obtain YouTube Music separately from YouTube Premium, and you will pay less for that.
All right, I see. Well, guys, by the way, in one of our next videos, we'll have a special talk about YouTube Music and mediacube Music. We, at mediacube, have a great separate department called mediacube Music. Guys do a lot of things for musicians, really. They distribute music, they promo music, they help them establish their YouTube presence. And we're going to have a special guest, the head of our music department. Dmitry.
That's right.
So stay tuned, and there's going to be a lot of interesting things, maybe in a week or two. Okay, got you with YouTube Music. Can we talk a bit about YouTube Gaming? I mean, as far as I know, as far as I remember, YouTube invested heavily in it, and it was a lot of promo going on there, and what happened then?
Yeah, but I'm still not sure what peculiar features of YouTube gaming, additional features for gamers, have been there, because I'm just it was eliminated, I think, 3 or 4 years ago. So I'm not sure why they tried to make it a separate service from it. I think there was something. I remember that they have different visuals for YouTube gaming. They had a separate domain for that, and I think it was some kind of different algorithmical things behind it, because you could the videos from gaming have been recommended to other next to other gaming videos. I think it worked like that, but I'm not sure why it didn't work and why they decided to eliminate the service at all.
Right, but we can speculate on that. As far as I know, gaming content is a huge part of YouTube. I mean,
Sure.
if we take total watch time, I don't remember the exact figures.
I think it's one of the top 3, I guess.
Maybe even top 1.
Maybe top 1, yeah.
Yeah, if you take into account Minecraft,
Yeah.
Among Us, dedicated content. Fortnite. I mean, it really is huge. So maybe there's really no reason in making a separate
Possibly.
sort of platform for gaming content, because it's just huge on YouTube itself.
Yeah.
So diversifying it this way would
it-
lead to people fleeing from YouTube to YouTube gaming, from YouTube itself to YouTube gaming.
Yeah, it will make sense to create YouTube the rest, a part of.
Yeah, exactly. So now I understand why the idea flopped. Maybe it's just our speculation. But if you know the answer, if you know the exact answer, make sure to leave it in the comment.
Yeah, but still, gaming has been eliminated, but YouTube is still trying to compete with Twitch from the point of view of live streaming, especially gaming live streaming.
Yeah.
And they are investing a lot in this field, I guess. And but they do not try to separate it from the rest of YouTube, because streaming is not only about gaming; it can be anything. And so they
Twitch thinks this way also.
Yeah, right.
You
but
can stream
anyway,
anything on
we
Twitch.
know that gaming is the main part
Yeah.
of both platforms, of YouTube live streaming and of Twitch live streaming.
Right. Okay, so I've talked about YouTube Music a bit. Talked about YouTube Gaming, which is not there at the moment. YouTube Kids. Now, this is an interesting solution.
And I think the answer to the question why they tried to separate it is also quite obvious, because on the first place, it has parental control.
Right.
The second thing, you can define the age of your child or of your children, and the content that is recommended in the app, it will be appropriate for particular age group. For example, 0 to 3, 4 to 7, 8 to 11, something like that.
Well, yeah, it's convenient.
And it's also for safe kids content. It's constantly being reviewed by special teams that are reviewing only kids content. And it's not that easy for a YouTuber, for a kids channel, to be featured in the app, in the kids app. So that's why only educational, very, psychologically correct things can appear in the app.
So, which means that from creator's side, I mean, if a creator makes kids content, he or she just uploads it to YouTube itself, and then YouTube teams classify his or her content either to be part of YouTube Kids or not.
I think I'm not sure how it happens with the channels that are not part of an MCN. But I can definitely say how it works when the channel is a part of MCN.
Yeah.
So we, at our end, can pitch several kids, any kids channel, to the YouTube team, and they will decide whether it's appropriate for the kids app or not. So if a kids channel becomes mediacube partner, so we can try to help the channel, appear in the YouTube Kids app.
Great. So yeah, guys, if you're creating content for kids, go join us, and we'll make sure we'll
do our best. Yeah.
We'll do our best to make you part of YouTube Kids app. Okay. Next up is R, actually. 3 YouTube products that are pretty interesting and exciting because some of them presuppose original production from YouTube. These are YouTube Originals, YouTube Premium, and YouTube TV. So first, YouTube Premium. What is the difference between YouTube and YouTube Premium? I mean, you have to pay something. It's a subscription model, right?
Yeah,
and you subscribe, like you pay, I don't know how much, a couple of dollars per month.
You pay you pay monthly subscription.
Right.
The amount of money depends much on the country where you're in. So there are different pricing levels in different regions. For example, in the US, in the UK, or in Germany, it will be more expensive than in Belarus or in Russia. But not much. I think the difference is around 30%. So
right. What can you get from YouTube Premium that you cannot get on YouTube?
In those countries where the advertising market is very overloaded with different players, with the giant companies that are investing a lot into programmatic ads, you will get no ads experience with YouTube Premium.
At all?
At all.
Apart from branded content?
I mean only programmatic ads. Pre-rolls, post-rolls, mid-rolls, something that you can, skippable ads, everything that you can see normally without premium subscription, you won't see it with it.
So is it the only difference?
No, it's not the only difference. You can also download certain videos to your smartphone, and you can watch videos without internet connection. For example, when you download something to your device, and you can watch it later when you don't have any connection at all. One more interesting feature is that you can use the YouTube app in the background mode. For example, you're listening to you're watching an interview, and you don't need to watch to see your screen all the time. You can just put your smartphone in your pocket and just walk and listen to those guys. It's very convenient for podcasts, for example.
Yeah, that's right. So any other differences, any other features that are available?
With Premium, you will get YouTube Originals and YouTube Music.
Okay, YouTube Originals.
Yeah.
This is exciting, right? Because this is something that YouTube produces itself.
Yeah.
As a production studio. So what is it? What are the verticals? What are the genres that are produced there? I mean, I don't think I have ever watched any of YouTube original series.
I'm sure that you've watched something. At least I'm sure that you know some YouTube stars who were starring there.
That's right. I know YouTube stars, but
you know Liza Koshy, for example. Yeah. So Liza Koshy was one of the YouTube stars who were featured in YouTube Originals. They created a separate YouTube series called Liza on Demand.
Yeah.
And it was available only on YouTube Originals. And this is the model how they work. They just take a very famous YouTube star and they create a series with them, and they make it available only for those who have YouTube Premium subscription.
Okay. Maybe you know how they're going with their YouTube Originals, because being a production center on a video hosting platform as huge as YouTube is pretty ambitious.
Yeah.
I mean, you really have all the resources, all the audience in the world. So you really can be Netflix number 2 or YouTube Originals number 1.
Right.
So you can actually outrun Netflix, because I mean, your audience is huge, billions of people. So are they really competing with giants like Netflix or Hollywood studios? And if not, why?
Not at all. I think not at all. I think it's just a way to test out another feature that they might have. They just try to launch several series with YouTube stars available only for subscription, but I don't think they're trying to compete with Netflix. It's kind of an additional feature that you can get with a subscription. Maybe they will consider it in the future, how to make it, how to create from YouTube originals another Netflix. But I don't think they're going to follow this path as long as the business model is absolutely different.
If you talk about genres that they produce, what are they? Like comedies mostly?
Mostly, yeah.
Now, next up is pretty exciting. YouTube TV. It's pretty interesting and ambiguous for me personally because I've always perceived YouTube as an alternative to ordinary TV, whereas they have the TV of their own. And so let's talk about this in more detail. Like, what's the difference between YouTube TV and TV?
Yeah, YouTube TV is a platform that is available only in the US right now, and they are featuring lots of channels that most Americans love to watch. They feature channels from biggest networks like ABC, CBS, Fox, ESPN, etc. What we might call a peculiar feature of it is that you can have 6 different devices or 6 members who are using the same subscription. They call it 6 per household.
Right.
You can watch it from your mobile phone, from laptop, from TV, and I think this is something that can be quite competitive out there in the US.
All right, got you about YouTube TV. Well, next up is finally creator-oriented, YouTube Studio.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, YouTube Studio is a special app created for YouTube creators. It's a very convenient mobile app where you can track your analytics. It's not that detailed as a YouTube analytics from your laptop. But anyway, when you want to see some stats on the go, you just can take the app and watch something out there. And it's very convenient for YouTubers. You can edit your metadata over there. If you don't have access to your laptop right now and you need to make some urgent changes, urgent amends, you can do this through this app.
So basically, YouTube Studio is a mobile alternative
for YouTube Analytics, for YouTube Studio on the laptop. Yeah, they call it Studio on both devices, but one of them, the app is less detailed, let's say. YouTube Go is something that I don't think that I totally understand because it's something that lets you download some videos in different definitions. And what's next?
As far as I understand, nothing. Like, this is just part of YouTube Premium features. Maybe. I'm not sure about subscription model as well. Like, maybe it just costs less than YouTube Premium, but yes, you can download videos, you can keep them on your device and watch with no internet connection. Like, this is their main feature that they promote when they promote YouTube Go. Yeah,
but as far as I can see, it's like a different app where you can see the downloads folder, and according to the reviews that we have on the web page, youtubego.com, we can see that it's used by teachers, for example, when they download something and they can show it in the classroom to their class. Maybe it's useful from this point of view.
Well, maybe yes, and well, I bet it's pretty convenient if you fly a lot, also when you're in the plane.
Possibly from this point of view, if it's less expensive than YouTube premium subscription, maybe, yeah, it can be used for this purpose. Not sure.
Right, thanks. I guess
maybe someone used YouTube Go and you can share with us your thoughts about it. Just comment, and we will try to get rid of our not knowing this stuff.
We'll just jump through some of the YouTube side products: YouTube Kids, YouTube Music, YouTube Originals, YouTube Premium, YouTube TV, YouTube Studio, and YouTube Go. And we're just wondering if you guys are using any of these. And if you do, could you please write in the comments why you're using these products and what are the great sides of these products. So go ahead, shoot your comments. We'll be happy to answer all of them. And if you have any questions about YouTube side products, we'll be happy to answer them in the comments as well. So feel free to shoot your comments. And we'll be winding up mediacube podcast, Rome and Ivan. We'll meet in a week and discuss a pretty exciting subject, which is digital media trends in 2021. See you soon.
See you. Bye.